Hey everyone, and welcome to day 5 of the How to Eat Challenge. We are adhering to some pretty strict behavioral guidelines surrounding how we eat, not just focusing on what we eat. And one of my guidelines that I'm talking about this month is intermittent fasting, or at least fasting after our last meal. So dinner until at least an hour after we get up in the morning. And I usually have dinner. I finish with dinner usually around 5 p.m. and then I usually get up around 7:30. So I end up eating about 9:30 in the morning. So I'm having a good space of time between my meals. But last night I did have a little bit of temptation. That temptation was I had some roasted nuts, some cashews and almonds on the counter that I made for snacks earlier that day. And right before I went to bed, I was like, ooh, I really want some nuts. And I was able to step between that stimulus and response only because I'm on this challenge. Basically, again, my brain was like, absolutely not. You are doing this How to Eat challenge, and the strict guidelines do say no food after dinner, especially not right before you go to bed. But it got me thinking, what are some ways that I can deal with this when I'm not doing this challenge? I mean, if I find out that fasting is really good for my health, helps me sleep, what are some ways that I'm going to cope when I am faced with these temptations of sorts? And one thing I was thinking, again, that I try to incorporate as a behavior scientist are what I call healthy alternative behaviors, or HABs. And this is an animal training technique that we use to train the animals, redirect them, to reinforce them for anything but undesired behaviors. So if I'm tempted to have some nuts, I can do anything besides eat those unwanted treats. So a big thing that would be really helpful is brush your teeth. Instead of eating those nuts, let's go brush our teeth. But it could also be reading. It could be writing out your journal. Anything besides having the nuts. So again, a healthy alternative behavior to the late night snacking. So that was a little bit my tip for the day, my experience that I've been having. And I'm going to continue on having fun with the How to Eat challenge. Learn to eat clean, live green, most importantly, training positive.